Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. Today, we're diving into some fascinating stories from around the region. First up, the Japan Professional Basketball League, or B.League, is making major moves to capture the hearts of fans across Asia. By opening doors to more non-Japanese Asian players and hosting events in Manila, they're aiming to boost revenue through corporate sponsorships, ticket sales, and merchandise. Imagine a basketball game where fans from all over Asia are cheering for their favorite teams. It's a slam dunk for the league's future. Stay tuned for more on this exciting expansion strategy. Next, we explore a groundbreaking trend sweeping through China called escape beauty duty. Young women are ditching traditional beauty standards in favor of natural looks, buzz-cut hairstyles, and loose clothing. This movement is seen as a rebellion against societal pressures and patriarchal norms, but it has also sparked a lively debate on social media. Are we witnessing a revolution in beauty norms, or is it just another fleeting trend? We'll delve into the details and hear from both sides of the argument. Lastly, we have a controversial story from Hong Kong. A local school is under scrutiny after allegations surfaced online claiming a teacher and a female student spent a night drinking together during an exchange tour to mainland China. The school has denied these claims, but the teacher and student have been temporarily suspended. Education authorities have stepped in, demanding a full report on the incident. This story has raised questions about teacher-student boundaries and the role of social media in shaping public opinion. Please stay tuned for the full scoop. Thank you for joining us on Hong Kong Brief today. Please continue to watch for detailed coverage on these stories and more. Nikkei Asia. Japan's Professional Basketball League, known as the B.League, is ambitiously expanding its reach to other Asian markets, particularly the Philippines and Taiwan. By hosting marketing events and recruiting more players from these regions, the league aims to boost its revenue and profitability. A notable strategy includes loosening the quota on non-Japanese Asian players, allowing stars from various countries to join. This effort has already seen a significant increase in Asian players, with Filipino athletes like Kiefer Ravena and Kai Sato making headlines. The league's initiatives, such as a public viewing event in Manila and the introduction of a special award for Asian players, have garnered positive reactions, especially from Filipino fans. Dwight Ramos, a Filipino guard for Lavenga Hokkaido, expressed his satisfaction with the league's growth and the opportunities it provides. The B.League also aims to emulate the revenue models of the NBA and EuroLeague by securing global TV broadcast rights and increasing merchandise and ticket sales. Despite financial challenges faced by many clubs, the league's revenue has risen, and it continues to seek international sponsorships and fan engagement. South China Morning Post. A growing trend among young Chinese women, known as escape beauty duty or tuamei, is challenging traditional beauty standards that emphasize high heels, makeup, and dieting. These women are opting for natural looks, buzz-cut hairstyles, and comfortable clothing, rejecting the costly and unfair societal pressures to conform to the white, young, and thin ideal. The movement has gained significant traction on social media platforms like Zaya Hongshu, with content related to it amassing over 21 million views. This rebellion against conventional beauty norms is part of a broader fight against patriarchal oppression in East Asia, similar to movements in Japan and South Korea. Celebrities like Shu Qi and Jiang Peiyao have also joined the cause, defying societal expectations by showcasing their natural appearances. However, some women feel that this trend stigmatizes those who choose to adhere to traditional beauty standards, creating a new form of pressure. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong's SKH Lee Fook Hing Secondary School is under scrutiny after allegations surfaced that a teacher drank with a female student during an exchange tour to mainland China. The online claims suggest that the teacher invited the Form 5 student to his room for drinks, and she allegedly stayed overnight. The school has denied these claims, stating that the content is inconsistent with the facts. In response, the school has temporarily suspended both the teacher and the student and has arranged for support and counseling for the students. The Education Bureau has been notified and has requested a report from the school, emphasizing the importance of teachers' professional ethics and warning of potential disqualification for serious breaches. The Bureau has also activated a crisis management team to handle the situation and provide appropriate advice and support. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong football is at a critical juncture, plagued by issues like match fixing and dwindling attendance at matches. Despite some success under former head coach Jorn Anderson, the national team's performance has been on a downward spiral, now ranking 157th in the FIFA standings. The Fock family, which has been at the helm of the Football Association of Hong Kong, HKFA, for over 5 decades, faces mounting criticism for their governance. Eric Fock, the current chairman, has been criticized for his lack of dynamic leadership and failure to implement the Vision 2025 blueprint aimed at revitalizing local football. The HKFA's reliance on government funding has led to complacency, and the organization has struggled to attract fans, sponsors, and television deals. Despite promises of new initiatives, the sport remains mired in stagnation, with a poorly maintained infrastructure and a lack of visionaries to drive change. South China Morning Post. A new law in Hong Kong aims to automatically renew land leases set to expire by 2047, ensuring continuity for commercial, residential, and industrial properties. This extension of government leases ordinance covers over 300,000 parcels of land, providing a 50-year extension without additional premiums but with an annual rent equivalent to 3% of the property's rateable value. The ordinance brings clarity and stability, boosting business confidence by offering clear guidelines for lease renewals. However, leases involving significant public interest or serious breaches of conditions may not be renewed. Properties owned by foreign entities, particularly those used by consular missions, will require prior approval from the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Hong Kong for lease extensions. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong's economic landscape presents a mixed picture of recovery and ongoing challenges. On one hand, the city has seen a boost with over 300 companies investing and creating 3,500 jobs, and it has climbed back to 5th place in the IMD World Competitiveness Ranking. Cathay Pacific has also improved its global standing. However, the IPO market remains sluggish, and the city has lost ground to Singapore as a regional headquarters hub. Migration has drained significant talent, and business receipts in key sectors like retail and food services are still down. The property market remains fragile, with a significant drop in residential transactions. While there are signs of recovery, the road ahead is long and fraught with challenges, and the administration must remain vigilant to navigate these complexities. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong's Ocean Park is abuzz with anticipation as it prepares to welcome 2 new giant pandas from mainland China, expected to arrive within the next few months. The pandas, a gift from Beijing to celebrate the 27th anniversary of Hong Kong's return to Chinese sovereignty, will join the park's existing residents, Ying Ying and Lulu, who have been crowd favorites since their arrival in 2007. The park is considering upgrading its panda facilities and adding new features, such as digital immersive experiences for children. The new pandas will undergo a quarantine period both in Sichuan and Hong Kong before being introduced to the public. The park's experienced caretakers, some of whom have been with the pandas since 1999, are eagerly preparing for the arrival of the new bears, ensuring they have a steady supply of bamboo and other dietary needs. Nikkei Asia, the architectural genius of I.M. Pei, known for his iconic designs such as the Louvre Pyramid and the Bank of China Tower, is being celebrated in a comprehensive retrospective at Hong Kong's M+ Gallery. Running until January 5, the exhibition, I.M. Pei, Life is Architecture, showcases over 400 items, including drawings and project models, many of which have never been seen before. This retrospective, the first of its kind, was long resisted by Pei himself but was finally approved shortly before his death. The exhibition offers a deep dive into Pei's career, highlighting his ability to blend Western and Asian influences. It also underscores Hong Kong's role as a cultural bridge between China and the Western world, even as the city faces increasing political and artistic constraints. The exhibition not only honors Pei's architectural achievements but also sheds light on his personal struggles and lesser-known works, providing a rich, multifaceted portrait of the man behind some of the world's most famous buildings. South China Morning Post, Chan Yong-tak's story is one of resilience and determination. Born in Macau in 1943, Chan grew up in Guangzhou during a time of political upheaval and scarcity. His family's hardships under the communist regime, including his father's persecution as an unlawful bourgeois, drove Chan to seek a better life. After multiple failed attempts to escape, including a harrowing 54-day imprisonment, Chan finally swam to Hong Kong in 1970. Arriving with nothing, he rebuilt his life from scratch, working various jobs, and eventually becoming a lifeguard and taxi driver. His son, born in 1973, grew up to become a barrister who now helps refugees and asylum seekers in Hong Kong. Chan's journey came full circle when he revisited Simbay Sui in 2023, the place where he had swum to freedom decades earlier. His story is a testament to the enduring human spirit and the transformative power of hope and perseverance. South China Morning Post. At the World Artificial Intelligence Conference, WAIC, in Shanghai, Chinese AI giant SenseTime and Alibaba showcased significant advancements in their AI technologies, underscoring the intensifying competition in China's AI sector. SenseTime introduced the SenseNova 5.5 model, boasting a 30% performance improvement over its predecessor and claiming superiority over GPT-4o in several key metrics. Despite this, SenseTime's stock dropped by 16% in Hong Kong. Alibaba, on the other hand, highlighted the rapid growth of its Tongyi Qianwen models, with downloads doubling to over 20 million in the past 2 months. Alibaba's Cloud Model Studio also saw a 150% increase in customer numbers. Meanwhile, Yin Junjie of Minimax predicted that only a few companies will dominate the LLM market in the future, emphasizing the need for improved accuracy in AI models for traditional industries. SenseTime also unveiled its SenseNova 5.0, a multimodal model capable of real-time cross-modal information integration, demonstrated live at the event. Yahoo US. Jackson Wang made a stylish appearance at Cartier's Trinity 100th anniversary event in Shanghai, donning glossy black dress shoes that complemented his sleek, all-black ensemble. The Hong Kong-based rapper, singer, and member of the K-pop group GOT7 paired his polished footwear with a traditional black jacket adorned with gold buttons and tailored black trousers. Known for his fashion-forward choices, Wang has been a prominent figure in the fashion industry, serving as a brand ambassador for Louis Vuitton and collaborating with high-end brands like Fendi, Cartier, Armani Beauty, and Ray-Ban. His presence at the event highlighted his continued influence in both the music and fashion worlds, as he seamlessly blended classic and contemporary styles. CNN. Japan's aging population is reshaping its consumer market, particularly in the baby care sector. With the number of births hitting a record low of 727,277 in 2023, Japan's demographic crisis is prompting companies to pivot towards products for older adults. The adult diaper market in Japan, valued at $1.7 billion in 2023, is expected to grow to $1.9 billion by 2026. Aji Holdings, a Japanese manufacturer, announced it would cease baby diaper production domestically to focus on adult incontinence products, while continuing its baby diaper business overseas. Other companies, like Panasonic and Zojirushi, have been developing products tailored to senior citizens for decades. This demographic shift is not unique to Japan. Other Asian countries like South Korea, Hong Kong, China, and Taiwan are also experiencing declining birth rates and aging populations, leading to similar market transformations. By 2050, 6 Asian regions are expected to have the highest percentages of people aged 65 or older, with significant implications for global consumer trends. CBC. Vancouver City Councillors are on the brink of approving a significant shift in the city's protected view cones to address the housing crisis. These view cones have historically preserved the city's stunning vistas, such as the North Shore Mountains, by limiting development heights. However, with Vancouver's housing deemed impossibly unaffordable in a recent international report, the city is now considering changes to these guidelines to allow for greater housing density, particularly along the Broadway corridor. Count Peter Meissner, who initiated the motion, emphasized the need to balance preserving Vancouver's natural beauty with unlocking crucial housing opportunities. The proposed changes include removing or amending 25 of the 38 protected views, potentially freeing up significant development space. For instance, altering the view from Queen Elizabeth Park could enable the development of up to 100 million square feet of housing over the next 20 to 30 years. Despite these potential benefits, public opinion remains divided, with campaigns like Save Our Skyline YVR advocating to maintain the current view protections. South China Morning Post. Analysts predict that Britain's Labour Party's landslide victory in the general election will not significantly impact the British national, overseas, visa scheme for Hong Kongers, despite the rise of the anti-immigration reform UK party. The BNO pathway, introduced in January 2021 in response to Beijing's national security law, has allowed over 140,000 Hong Kongers to settle in the UK. Sue Wong, a first-time voter in Bishop Stortford, expressed relief at participating in the democratic process, while Tony Chan in North London highlighted his concerns over the Conservative Party's immigration policies. The rise of Reform UK, which garnered 14% of the votes nationwide, poses a potential challenge to the BNO scheme, with fears that a more hardline conservative stance on immigration could create a hostile environment for Hong Kongers. However, major parties, including Labour, have shown support for the BNO scheme, with Labour's manifesto pledging to support the Hong Kong community and conduct a full audit of UK-China relations. Experts like Steve Tsang and Heather Rolfe believe that as long as Hong Kongers integrate well and avoid backlash, the scheme will continue to receive support. South China Morning Post. Andrew Leung Kwan Yeun, president of Hong Kong's Legislative Council, warned against the negative impacts of sanctions, decoupling, and ideological biases during a reception attended by 44 diplomatic representatives. Emphasizing the need for dialogue and cooperation, Leung addressed the diplomats amidst strained U.S.-Hong Kong relations, particularly concerning national security trials involving prominent figures like Jimmy Lai Ching. The reception, which saw participation from U.S. Consul General Gregory May and other international representatives, highlighted the importance of maintaining communication despite these challenges. Leung also mentioned a new 5-year, multi-entry travel permit for non-Chinese nationals in Hong Kong, allowing them to visit mainland China without a visa, as a step towards further enhancements in visa liberalization measures. Chief Executive John Lee Kok-yew hinted at additional steps to come, building on the recent introduction of the permit and previous fast-track application processes for multiple entry visas for foreign employees. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. we encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
News breaks, buzz the ground, stories spin, walls come down, voices merge in the sound, faces mix in the crowd, broadcasters paint the scene, world events on our screen, every link a different theme, words collide in the stream, 6 degrees connect the dots, background stories more than us. The voices rise aloft, truth unveils in every spot, cultures clash across the globe, spin the threads in a strobe, every story wears a robe, truth and lies in their code, journalists dig real deep,